I'm gonna try to record the video of the flower tutorial, what I'm trying to make, but it's my kind of first attempt to make it, so I found it in one of the blogs and I wanted to make one because it was so pretty. So I got thick material. I know you will say it's like a wool, you know, and I have strip like 4 inches wide, so I and who knows how long, so it's like a big chunk of material. So I'm gonna be rolling the regular rows. You for sure have seen this, so that's not really like anything new. So but I will show you at the beginning. So you fold the material, you know, in a strip, and for the center, usually you want to you know, fold that triangle. So because the material is very thick, I'm gonna be gluing it like each other step. So when you have this triangle, you start to roll, and again get some glue in here, roll going, and it depends on you how tight you want to be the center of your flower. So roll it as tight as you would like. Okay, and usually when you want to tap it, you know, on something, or you know, apply the glue, you know, on your, put it on your heat mat. That's why it's, you know, it's going to be set. So we made our center of the flower. So now I have this strip in the center, and some people folding from themselves, like out or inwards, depending on how you work. So I will be following the tutorial on folding from yourself. So I'm folding and rolling. And again, as I said, it's, this roll is nothing, absolutely nothing new. That's absolutely standard roll. I will apply a little bit of glue. And again, with a thinner material, you won't need to do that. But because I'm working with a heavy material, I want it to be, you know, quite sturdy together. So when you kind of have your roll like this, then it's probably you kind of have almost a circle. Then you're gonna need to twist it again. Okay, we fold, fold from you on triangle and start rolling. Roll as tight as possible. Again, with me, I need to, and try to roll so the bottom would be, you know, flat. So let's say, okay. And if you will see, I have one petal in here, one petal in here, and it looks to me that this would be my next petal. So I will roll in here again to secure that. I mean, fold again. Okay. Apply some glue and roll. And you want your next petal would be slightly off than the other ones. So if you see this one and this one kind of close, so I want to probably roll a little bit more in and then fold, or maybe even shorter. So it depends on how, yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit farther, roll it a little bit more. Okay, so that way I'm gonna be a little bit off this petal, and I'm folding. I'm applying some glue and rolling. Okay, so this petal could be folded in here. And you continue to do this process till you're happy with the size of your rosette. Okay, so yeah, keep going. Let me finish this and I will be back with the next step. Okay, now that I have my rosette done, and I didn't explain, I'm using a heavy material because I need to make like about 6 by 6 inch flower. So that's why I'm using thicker material, so it will take more space, if you understand. So the next step would be, you can take any like a trim, or actually you can take like a cotton and fray it on one end. You can do that, okay, but something that will give you that, kind of hold, so it will be a little bit sturdy. So in my case, I took about 48 inches of this um, trim, and I'm just gonna be simply gathering it. Okay, just running stitch. Okay, just gather it with a running stitch. Okay, so let's do that, and I'll be back. Okay, now that you gathered your trim or material, you need to try to lay it flat, and you can stitch on or glue on it some lace, I'm waiting for my heat gun to heat up. See? So I'm going to be using this one. This way, right, the face. Okay. Just attach it in a few areas. You can use slightly different tone, so you would have more, dimension, color wise, coming for your flower. You can gather it a little bit as well, like give it a little bit gathering. So it wouldn't be all, straight. Of course, these webs are gonna be killing me here, like everybody else, so I'm not an exception. Right. Okay. So a little bit more in here. And of course, I have the tools, and I'm not using it, right? Right. So chop your lace away. And now what you're gonna do, you have like, layered, I know black is really hard to see, but now you're gonna be rolling the flower one layer on top of the other as much as possible. Like, I think I want it to be about there. And that will give me a little bit of, flower. What I'm trying to do, like a spiral, okay? Like a spiral. Halfway spiral. Yeah, I think that would be a good size of, rosette for my flower. And again, I want it to be about 6 inches, which is like slightly smaller. So I need to pull it out a little bit more, make it more bigger. That means I will not have as much layering as I would want, which is alright. So I would say my second layer will be in here. Ooh. Okay. And my tool is like fingers all over the place. Okay. Don't you love hot glue? Oh gosh. Okay, I got a hot mess in here. I need to glue that too in the center. So it's gonna create that fluffy, very fluffy layered look. And if you want to add more puffiness in your flower, you can just snip the pieces of lace I'm sure in a second. I know. You see, the problem is you probably get, oh no, you can see. You see on a black one, it's really clear where is the glue. So you want to calm it down a little bit. I'm just taking my lace under control here. So you're gonna wind up with the almost double layered, like on spiral. Like this is the first layer, and this is the second layer of the like a bun, right? Like a flower without a center. Let me show you from this side. Okay. And then more lace you're gonna use, then more spiral you can create, so that will give your puffiness. So then you will be able to put your center in. Oh, I wanted to show you how to tuck the lace in. So if you will cut like a couple of these strips in here, okay, and just gather them in the center, put a dab of glue on the side, and press in. Okay, and do the same to another one on another side. And press in. It's really hard to see, but here is my tucked piece and another one, and they are kind of pokey, so they're going to be standing out of your flower. Okay, they're going to create more fluffiness to your flower. Now you talking. Okay, now you can make, now you can place this flower in here, center, if you're happy with it. Get some more glue in here. And press. Okay. So that was step number 2. And you can actually, end it in here, which is also wonderful. But there would be a step 3. Okay, take a circle slightly larger than your flower. In my case, that's all I have. A little bit less, but I guess that will work. And frayed slightly, all over. What I did actually to fray it, I folded it like that and then chop it. So that's why it's like easier. So apply some glue in the center and mount your flower. Suggestion. So this is your flower. Okay. So suggestion. The center, the rolled rose should be smaller than the second layer. So it should be kind of, it should have probably been like half size of what I intended. Or I should have used way more lace to create larger diameter. Okay, so that's number 1. And then the bottom layer should be larger than the second layer. Otherwise, it's pretty good for the first try. Okay? Okay. Good luck with yours. Bye.